From Tally to Cali,
It's time
to wake up.
Wake up! Wake up!
Warchant.com is your ultimate Seminole sports source.
And this is Wake Up Warchant, presented by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
One ball, corner pocket.
Now here's Warchant.com's Aslan Hajavandi
And Corey Clark.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on into this live edition of Wake Up Warchant, presented by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill and our good friends over at DeLuna Coffee, DeLunaCoffee.com. Come explore our world of coffee. Warchant15, the promo code. Thursday night, tomorrow, as you're watching us live, today, as you're listening to the podcast, bingo at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Always a big time, right, Corey?
Big time. $250 on the line. Theoretically, you could win all 4 rounds and win $1,000. So there's no reason not to be there, really, unless you don't like money and fun and beer and food.
Like and subscribe below there. See that? Like and subscribe as you're watching this video live or podcast, 5-star rating and review. And don't forget, it's only $1. It's only $1, everybody, to subscribe to warchant.com. Shout out to my guy, Rio, my Uber driver, who took me to get my rental car, which I'll then drive to Fort Walton Beach and fly on a jet airplane to get to Louisville. He picks me up, and he's like, oh, no way, man. He's like, are you really Aslan? I'm like, yeah, that's me, man. He's like, I can't believe it. He's a huge Warchant fan. Anybody that asks him about Florida State sports, when they hop in his Uber, he always tells them pretty much what you and I tell him. He's also a big fan of Jeff and Ira, all the stuff that we do at warchant.com. He's like, I will subscribe, and I promise I'll subscribe. It's only $1. So I gave him a $1.25 tip. So Rio, no excuse, man.
Right. You gave him more than $1. Look at you. You're like Santa Claus.
Yeah, so make it happen, Rio. Join the family. Also, shout out to a guy, I don't know if it's Brandon or Brendan, but saw him out front my gym. Huge fan of the show. Loves you, Corey. Said we really helped him get through the pandemic. 2020. He wants to do like research on the sort of the pull or the I don't want to say attraction, but just sort of the camaraderie people at home feel with podcast listening and the people they listen to during 2020. But how far ago that was, Corey? We're 2-0 now, big dog.
I don't even remember. What pandemic is he even talking about?
I mean, what?
That's out of my brain. I don't even know what you're talking about, Brendan/Brandon. But thank you. That's very nice.
How long did we have to wait to get our second dub in 2020? Like a long while. October?
No, it was North Carolina, right? Wasn't that the second dub?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That third dub was the elusive one.
Yeah.
That was like around Thanksgiving.
Everybody's excited. Mike Myrick's excited. Kevin Hickson's excited. Don Rurick is dreaming the big dream. He's saying 12-0. So we'll see how it all works out Friday night when the Noles take on Louisville. Warchant.com right now has got an entire matchup analysis, courtesy of our own Austin Cox, breaking down every position battle. You can't miss it. If you're really wanting to dive into matchups, we do that every single week. Austin does. So check that out. Warchant Report will be coming up shortly as well, too. How about our guy, Rob Rathbun, just showing up, doing Yeoman's work. Just what a dude, man.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Thank you, Rob. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much, Rob. Have we ever met Rob in person?
No.
I don't think so, right?
But he's friends with the Stevenses, Sevy, Tom Brink.
Right.
So he's out there. He exists. He's the man. We'll pop his name back on the screen here. Dwight Hackworth, let's beat Louisville Friday, and then I'll believe we've turned the corner. Is that what the Corey Clark part of the family is saying here on the warchant.com Florida State sort of corners of things, you think?
Yeah, but I would also add that if they don't beat Louisville, I don't think you can't turn the corner. I think you're still creeping up on it. Like I said, I think it's a step sideways, not a step back, unless it's 48-6. And you just get embarrassed and quit, which we would be stunned if that happened. But yeah, man, if you lose a close game to Louisville after winning a close game to LSU, against LSU, I don't think you're that far away from the corner. I don't think you're that far away from the corner.
All right. Sanders, Clarity. I think, is that a Dutch flag? I don't know. Sanders, let us know. Have either of you, it's red top stripe, white middle stripe, blue lower stripe for the folks listening to the War Chant, or rather the podcast. Have either of you gotten a new NIL jersey? If so, which player? Have not.
No. I should get a Shaheem Brown jersey. That guy made us all really happy for about a week. That was big, 38. We appreciate that, man.
So Can you get 38 but have it say a different name? Or is it you have to get 38 and it says Brown and then he gets a portion of it? Or do we know how it works, the machinations?
I would assume you can get your own jersey with your own name on it. In fact, I have a buddy of mine who his brother-in-law got him a number 2, like hardcore, like throwback 1988 number 2 Florida State jersey. And he was fired up about it. And then he turned it around and it had his last name on it. And it didn't have Sanders on it. And he was hoping it would have Sanders on it. And this was like 5 years ago, folks, before Dion went and stole Travis Hunter. So so you can get your last name put on it. But if you get like an official one, like from Fanatics, I guess, that sells the real players' jerseys or with their names on it, like Jordan Travis and Bryce Young and people like that, they have to get a piece of that profit.
Shout out to Rooney _Noel. I'm just here to hit the like button and say go Noles. Got to get back to work.
Amen, Rooney. Thank you, buddy. Hit that like button. Smash it. Smash that like button.
Our guy Don Rorick, my new call sign on 3 is Blackwater Knoll 3. I've officially participated, Aslan and Corey.
There you go, Don. Well done, buddy.
Appreciate that, man. Way to be. Michael Keith, I say we beat the Cardinals. What say ye? Corey, you want to say ye as I put this thread up on our boards announcing our show, please?
Oh, there you go. Look, they're a 3-point favorite. That thing keeps going up. The guys in the desert feel confident in Florida State. So whoever's betting feels confident on Florida State because that number keeps going up. Yeah, man. I mean, sure. I legitimately think it's one of the more even matchups of the season. I think Florida State is a better team. I think the road is worth 3 to 5 to 7 points for the home team. So I assume last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter will be a close game. Whoever makes the most plays when it matters will win the game. That's my thought on it. But they can certainly beat them, and I would be a wee bit disappointed if they didn't.
Why is it going to be close? I mean, not to be really like a simpleton about this, Corey. I mean, we do think Florida State's a more talented team. I know the quarterback doesn't play against the other quarterback, but I think we like Florida State going up against the banged-up defensive front. I know one that, granted, did a good job of limiting UCF in the second half of the game, but also allowed, I think, 194 yards in the first half. A quarterback who's not all that accurate right now, obviously very dynamic and dangerous with his legs. Where's the potential pitfalls here against Louisville? Or is it just stuff that's happened in the past? It's not maybe fully out of their system, do you think?
Well, and I think Florida State is a better team. I don't know that they're more talented. I don't know that when in 3 years that this Florida State team will have more draft picks than this Louisville team or by a wide margin. I think they both have some pretty good college football players and they have some question marks. I'm not the 1 point win over LSU hasn't convinced me that this team has turned into a juggernaut where it can go win comfortably on the road. I mean, I just don't. I would be very surprised if that happens because teams don't do that. Alabama doesn't do it. I mean, it's just hard to go win on the road in conference. On a Friday night, it's going to be hard. In a place you never play well, it's going to be hard. With a quarterback that can run for 150 yards, it's going to be hard.
I see you, Tom Mortner. He says, stay single. You don't want an old lady. Keep the revolving door. Mind you,
that's too
Tom's
cynical,
avatars
man.
of him and his old lady. So
Yeah.
Come on, Tom. I want all the cool stuff that you guys have. D Hobbs, he's right. It's only $1. People sign up. Brandon Hughes, Jarvis Brownlee says he has his game circled on the schedule. LOL. Are we really worried about him?
Well, no, not really. It's not. He's a decent ACC cornerback, but Florida State has those guys too. I don't think you're worried about him. He is physical. He is going to try to make a play. Maybe you can take advantage of his aggressiveness and trying to make a play, and you can hit him with a double move or something over the top because he's not a great cover. He's not a great cover corner because he's not all that fast, but he's really physical at the line of scrimmage, and he really tackles well. So maybe you can make a double move and get by him and beat him for 6 points. And look, man, Brownlee takes a lot of grief and deservedly so for a play here or there. But, again, he played more snaps than anybody on that team last year, and he played hard almost all the time.
Sanders is back. It's his flag is a zoomed in, cropped version of the British flag to look. How is that the British flag? The British flag is just white with a red cross on it, I thought. I was talking about Great Britain. That I don't know. Whatever, I believe you. All right, Jay Daytona. I didn't even read this question, but Jay's been blowing up my DMs. Jay, listen, I get it, Bubby. Deion's doing good. Deion's not going to be the next head football coach of Florida State. Put that in your cold takes exposed, everybody.
That doesn't have anything to do with his question. Why are you getting on Jay?
Well, you're not in my DMs, Corey. He's in my
sorry.
DMs every time Deion.
Come on, Jay.
Every time.
Come on, Jay. Lay off Aslan with Deion. Come on.
I love you, Jay. I love you, though. He's back. You guys used to hate when I expressed the urgency in which we needed to approach the transfer portal. Does it make sense now? Hashtag respectfully. Hashtag foresight.
Respectfully, of course. Yeah, I don't know what we didn't hate anything you've ever done, Jay. Don't put that on us. We don't hate you, or we don't hate any of the sentiments that you brought to the show. But yeah, I don't quite remember what that is in reference. And I'm being honest, I don't, because I think I've been pretty on board with they have to hit the portal hard. Their whole team, almost all of their best players are portal kids. So yeah, I mean, I think that's been proven to be the best way to have a quick, short turnaround is portal. Now, to build something long term, you need a whole lot more 4- and 5-star kids coming to your school right out of high school.
Yeah, I never liked the whole free agency aspect of where we're at now in the sport. So I guess I was pushing back against that. But they obviously made a huge difference in the Florida State's trajectory right now. I mean, if there was no transfer portal, if you could not get instant eligibility on kids transferring to your program, this would be a very glum show. But it's not. I think one thing that we have said a lot, Corey, is that they won't be able to rely on the transfer portal. Like, eventually you have to be able to get kids straight out of high school, blue chip guys. And I mean, you do need obviously a portion of that, but maybe it's not as much as I thought it was a year and a half ago or so. I think you can kind of keep doing what Mike Norvell's done here the last 2 years. Just, although I don't know if Jared Verses grow on trees, but I mean, Jermaine Johnson, now you got Jared Verse. I mean, I think I probably underestimated how much you can rely on it. I thought it was a Band-Aid quick fix, but I think you can make it part of your every year, large part of your formula for winning football games.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can plan on 8 to 10 a year is probably what a place like Florida State could depend on. You still need 20 guys, 18 to 20 guys from the high school ranks to come, and you need to upgrade, in my opinion, who you're bringing in from the high school ranks to get to where you want to go. But yeah, man, this is look at your wide receiver room, look at your linebacker, look at the defensive ends the last 2 years. Like almost all of your best, Jamie Robinson, all of your best players have been kids from the portal, and even Jordan Travis is a transfer. So yeah, man, it's a really big deal. It's here to stay. Hopefully, I think they're going to get rid of the unlimited transfer rule, where still you can only transfer one time without having to sit. I think it's crazy to just let people willy-nilly go 1 year, another year, just wherever they want. But yeah, Norvell's taken advantage of it. He's done a good job with it.
Octavio, would a win Friday stop Corey from being such a cautious optimist? Is Aslan more optimistic than Corey? What world is this?
I think Aslan's putting on a show, man. I think he's with me, and he's just saying it to try to take a different side or something. He's playing radio. He's playing podcast. He's with me. You're cautious as well.
No, man. Listen, I understand the best team, the most talented team does not win every week. I get it. Things happen. These are 18 to 21-year-old kids. They got stuff going in their personal lives. They sometimes can't be dialed in. Again, man, this offense with that quarterback right now, with what this coach likes to do, what they're able to do, they can do so many different things to stress the heck out of a defense. I just don't know how you limit them for 60 minutes when you're a team like Louisville. Now, I keep saying, like, I don't know how you can limit Florida State for 60 minutes. If you're Clemson, if you can get off the ball quickly and get to that quarterback, he's still very elusive. He's not nearly, I don't think, as explosively crazy next worldly as he was in 2020. Maybe part of that is him kind of being more comfortable in the pocket. He doesn't feel that sort of ability, that need to want to get out of the pocket. Man, if you cannot, this is a fully functioning, regular, great, good, very good football team. And the way to stop that kind of team is you make them one-dimensional and you pressure the heck out of the quarterback. I don't think Louisville has the ability to make Florida State one-dimensional. I don't think they'll be able to harass Jordan enough to limit him over 60 minutes. And I think the defense will be good enough to limit Malik Cunningham. I think they'll be good enough. Maybe not beautiful, but good enough.
All right. Hey, man, I hope it happens. I'm with you. I really want it to happen.
Okay. Look at this guy. Wow. Eric, the
Eric
mailman. The mailman. Eric Angel, he's what we call a pillar.
Yep.
Can't see him. My monitor's blind. He's down there. Eric, thanks you so much, man. You should know a thing or two about Louisville. Cincinnati's not too far from Louisville. Maybe give us some travel tips. Thank you, Eric. That's extremely generous of you, man. Thank you.
Very, very kind, Eric. Thank you very much, buddy. We really, really do appreciate that. If they win 42-17, buddy, I don't know.
Would you say 10 wins, Corey? Would you say 10 wins if they win 42-17?
I would say 9 for sure. I'd say 9 for sure. And I'm thinking New Year's 6, and I'm thinking NC State and Clemson better watch out. Like, it's going to be a tough game. They're in contention. They are in contention.
That's what he says, everybody. Eric,
if they beat Louisville 42-17, that would be the most impressive win in a long time. Like a long time. Maybe since the Michigan game, like maybe even before that. Like that would be an incredible win. But hey, I hope you're right, Eric. I hope you're right, buddy.
That's Tom Mortner's pick too, he says as well. Corey still has PTSD. Cunningham won't finish the game, Tom Mortner says.
All right, let's I mean, you're not trying to take anybody out. You're not trying to, I wonder if he means won't finish the game because it's so out of hand. They don't even want Cunningham to take needless shots when they're already down by 5 touchdowns.
Matthew apparently wants us to never have a relaxing Saturday. He has an idea. He wants Gene and the Warchant crew to recreate college game day for every home game in front of the stadium. We kind of already do that with the pregame show on home games. Hotel Indigo, Zaxby's Warchant game day with Tom and Jeff. That'll be 6:30 for the Friday game, always an hour before on Roadies, 2-hour pregame show for home games. So we do.
He just said doo-doo.
Matthew Ogles, we have pregame show with fans around us at the Hotel Indigo in College Town. So if you're in Tallahassee, home games, come check it out, man. So
and we have celebrity pickers too, like Ira or me or Aslan, Gene. We'll get out there and pick. We'll put on headgear.
DC Reeves was out there for the Duquesne
That's
game.
right. The mayor of Pensacola was out there even for Duquesne. So we'll see if we can even ramp it up from him.
Dustin Wells says, "What's up, boys? See you in Louisville, Corey. We got cigars for you after you cash in at the track."
Nice, Dustin. I can't wait. And I'm going to win big. I just have a feeling. I love the ponies. I'm great at it. I can almost read that forum and I kind of understand what it means. I feel like the racing forum, I think I've got a real good chance.
Judge Will determine. I like that. $20. Thank you, Will.
Will determine.
Who is his avatar?
I think it's that old movie with Dan Aykroyd. Maybe that was his name in the movie. It was that awful. It was I hope our man here isn't a huge fan of that movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it was Demi Moore, Chevy Chase. It was pretty awful. I know MC Hammer had it wasn't MC Hammer. It was the guy that did what's the name of that song? Oh man, I'll think of it. But they had a theme song and the video, the whole thing. It was around 1990, I would say, if you're trying to look it up.
Okay. I wasn't. I was trying to get my soundboard fixed. I will look it up after I read this question.
I'll look it up. Don't do me any favors, Aslan.
Did Adam Fuller convince you that we have already addressed the prevent defense, but we haven't had much experience holding on to a win lately? Who has a good prevent defense? Doesn't everybody's prevent defense end in the opposing team almost scoring? Like no one plays prevent and the team gets the ball on the 25-yard line and the game is, it ends the next throw. I mean, they usually move the ball down the field. I'm not giving him a pass. I understand like this sort of expectation we have of greatness here at Florida State that I don't want to fall off of because, that was my whole thing with the previous coaching staff is that we cannot recalibrate expectations. But I think we also have figured out that this team probably was not nearly as talented or good as we thought they were, but that's neither here nor there. But I just don't know what we want to prevent defense to look like, man. All right, man, send pressure, rush 6 guys, leave somebody probably in single coverage, maybe somebody even running open, and then deal with it that way. Then, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I'm sure they realized that they were holding on to their butts in the fourth quarter and they weren't particularly happy with it. But they also said the guys were slipping down and falling, and they only really pointed to, one or two things that went wrong. It wasn't a systematic failure. It wasn't a complete breakdown of communication, execution. It was, one or two plays where, Jaden Daniels was able to extend a play and run and get a lot of yards, and then they slip and fall. I mean, so I understand, but again, man, when it's 2022 and you're only allowing 23 points in a game, even if they made the extra point, I'm not going to gnash my teeth on the defense.
I think the fact that it was 21 in a row there at the end, they scored 3 straight touchdowns against your prevent. You can't make it that easy. You just can't make it that easy. And the what Fuller talked about when we got him on earlier this week was, LSU's got some really good receivers, and you do worry about a double move. You do worry about them just running right by you. So the whole plan was to keep everything in front. I think moving forward, I don't know that you face another crew with better receivers than that. So maybe your prevent isn't so preventative. Maybe it's still prevent. You can't just get beat on an 80-yard touchdown, but maybe you're not giving them so much room in the middle of the field, or so much room, period. It was, by the way, it was Nothing But Trouble, Aslan was the name. And the band I'm thinking of, or the rap group, was the guys that did the Humpty dance.
Digital Underground.
Golly. But they did the theme song for that goofy-ass movie. Sorry, kids, for the language, but it was a really bad movie.
Aslan down for the culture. Sylvester Rucker. Every time.
Is that the lead singer of Digital Underground?
No.
Sorry.
Every time Florida State play a team, you guys say the team is not good. When they beat Louisville, what you going to say? Louisville not good? No, I just think Florida State's better than Louisville.
I don't know that we say every time Florida State plays it. I mean, they played two teams. They played Duquesne and LSU. Duquesne's Duquesne, and LSU was a losing team last year. Did they look good to you, Sylvester? Did LSU really impress you with that first 3 quarters? They're not a good team. They're not a horrible team, but they're not a good team. I think Florida State is a better team than LSU. I think Florida State is a better team than Louisville. If they beat Louisville, sweet, man. Then I will say that I believe that Florida State is not just a pretty good team, but actually a good team, like a 9-win type team. I really think that if they start 3-0 with BC coming to Tallahassee, which should be 4-0 if you play well or just play pretty well, man, I am a firm believer, not in Norvell, because I already kind of believe in what he's doing, but of this particular team taking this kind of step. But it's one game. One real game. This will tell us so much about this team.
Yeah. 1:39. This would be a good time for the defense to get a couple turnovers. They've got none through 2 games.
Absolutely. And that was something that they did really well. That's something they did really well last year. They finished the season with like at least 1 turnover in 8 straight games. So far, that hasn't been the case. Duquesne, hard to judge because he got rid of the ball so quick. There was no time to even pressure him. And then LSU, yeah, man, his passes in the first 3 quarters were so off. They weren't near anyone, much less a DB to go intercept it. But yeah, that is something that needs to change. You got to start forcing some turnovers.
Dollar bills, y'all.
904 _Noel with $20 in the jar. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Beat Louisville. Love the show as always, guys.
Thanks, 904. Where do we determine 904 is again?
Duval County. Jackson.
That's right. Well, I can never remember that. Every time I'm going to ask that 904 Noel, literally every time. So I'll be disappointed if I ever remember it.
Rob Kraus. Over under. Deuce span catches. 3. Take the under.
I'm taking the under 2, but I think he's going to hit 3. I think that's a really good number. I just think it's more likely that he has 2 than 4.
Okay. I like it. Somebody was asking, is Corey's the most cautious Noel I've ever met? He's shaking his head, January man. Shaking his head, Corey.
Man, I don't know what reality you guys have been living. I know we're all starved to cover a really good football team and to cheer for one. But I guess it's just I've been burned too much, man. I mean, this was a program that this time last year just lost to Jacksonville State. It's a much better team. It's 8-3 in its last 11 with Jordan Travis as the starting quarterback. But this ain't an easy game. It's not. If it's an easy game, I completely apologize. But this is going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the wire. Put yourself in a position where you can win the game late. That's all. I'm certainly not expecting 12-0, and I'm not expecting 41-10. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they do both.
All right.
Hey, I'm going to say something real quick, Aslan.
Can I just?
No. You've got to bring a little more juice. I don't know what's going on with you right now. You're not bringing the juice. You don't seem energetic. You don't seem lively. I know it's a travel day tomorrow, but let's go, man. These are our people.
I'm trumping the air horn. I can't yell. My voice is still a little bit sketchy, but I think his name is Zach. We met him at the Howlin' Wolf. Z-Chan, DMD. I think that means he's a dentist.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a regular doctor. $20. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach, or Z-Chan.
Let's go.
There you go, Aslan. Bring it. Come on.
Wake up. How many field goals? I'm calling him Jamie Vance. I'm not calling him Greedy any longer. I'm calling him Jamie Vance until he does something big, and then I'll call him Greedy. I'm not calling him Fitzmagic. First of all, it's Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic kind of goes together. He's Fitzgerald, so it doesn't mesh as much. Yeah, and he's got to make some more bigger kicks here. How many will he attempt? How many field goals will Ryan Fitzgerald attempt Saturday? Friday rather? And how many will he make? Either way, we gonna win.
He's gonna attempt 2 and make 1, but it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna make it either a 2-score game. So the way I feel is Florida State's gonna be up 28-26. They're gonna be driving to put the game away with a few minutes to go, but they can't quite get in the end zone. My man's gonna hit about a 33-yarder to make it 31-26 with about 50 seconds left, and then they'll get the stop to win the game 31-26. But it's a big field goal because if you're only up by 2, then Louisville can get into field goal range and win the game. And he is Fitzmagic. Ask Syracuse about that right leg. That's all I'm going to – hey, in fact, ask LSU about it because my man made all his PATs, didn't he?
He did.
He didn't get anything blocked.
Yeah. All right. You want juice, Corey? You want juice? Ray Pereira's like, bring the juice. I'll bring the juice. Let's go.
Big play, Ray.
What? Big ball and smashing, making my ends. I'm rich.
I got so excited, I knocked it off the screen. There's Ray, 200 American. Ray, I mean, when are we going to see? We'll see you in Phoenix for the playoff game, right, Ray? I mean, you'll make out the.
He can get there. Yeah, he can get there from. Is it Dallas or Houston? Houston, right?
Houston. H-Town. Ray, next time we see each other, I want to really know what's up with the dungeon. You apparently really went there.
Yeah.
You're cut from a different cloth. I wouldn't think you would be at that kind of establishment, but it makes me love you that much more.
It makes me really upset that I didn't go.
Yes.
I wasn't doing anything at 10. I mean, I watched the end of the Florida-Utah game, and then I just went to we should have gone to the dungeon. We should have gone to just for the experience, just to shout at Ray and see if he can hear us.
I said I was going to bring the pillar to the dungeon, and I did not. I let us all down.
You could have brought that dead dog. They probably allow all kinds of stuff in the dungeon, man.
Eric Angel summoned me on my bat phone. I think Mike Norvell needs to get more credit for playing like a cohesive team and a stronger culture despite the talent deficit. That's what he did at Memphis. LSU needs to take note. Aslan, bring the juice. Y'all are great. Go Noles.
You're great, Ray. You know that. You're great.
I love you, man. He's a pillar. He's a pillar. His name is right there. And he's got a tomahawk because he's got
a tomahawk. That's right.
Yeah, I guess, again, 24 points, not awesome. But, man, the offense looked really good. And I almost need to go back and rewatch the game because I can't even – I feel so good about the offense. It doesn't really mesh up to the reality of what they've produced on the field against a Division I Power 5 team. But, again, I've seen practice, man. I see the way he and Jordan talk and communicate and how excited he gets when Jordan makes certain decisions and plays. Again, man, the way they can just stress defenses, all the different things they can do with this quarterback and their receivers and their running backs and this offensive line. Alex Atkins just figures out a way to make the next guy perform good enough to make this thing work. We're seeing some good things, man. It's definitely encouraging. I was saying, like, let's get to that 25 level of total offense. I don't know if he'll ever get top 5 the way it was at Memphis here. It's not happening this season, but man, they're getting close to that sort of number that we set for them, Corey, in terms of the offense had to make a step forward this year. It seems like they definitely will. Hopefully the defense can stand pat.
It was a good sign. It was just like we said, they left so many points out there. Just don't do that this time. Just take advantage of the opportunities you give yourself and go put it in the end zone, or at least get some points and get over that 30 plateau, which is, I think that's going to be the number all year, honestly. You don't have a great defense. You might have a decent to pretty good defense. 30 should be the number all year. And with this offense, you should get to 30. And yeah, I think Ray makes a good point about the culture and the cohesiveness of this program. And you think about where it was, what he took over and where it is now, it is night and day. And I couldn't envision a scenario now where there'd be 3 receivers on this football team tweeting about something they didn't need to tweet about, which was what happened with Tamorrion Terry and DJ Matthews and Warren Thompson that August. And that was after the Marvin Wilson dust up, or whatever you want to call it, in June. Misunderstanding, I guess. So yeah, man, I think that what he's done is really commendable. He has built a solid foundation. It is there. That was a big win against LSU. Keep building. Try to win as many of these 50-50 games as you can, and then you can turn that foundation into a mansion, baby. Into a gold mansion.
Hey, Ray, thank you so much, man. You could, if somebody's bored at home, they probably can just go back to all our live shows and hear our thanks and just like put together this mega melt of outpouring of emotion from me. But you're awesome, dude. Thank you so much, Ray. It's incredible that you got a life out there. Big shot guy. Hangs out on the internet with these 2 guys, just, mucking it up, talking Noles, man. You're the man. You're the man now, dog. Look at Timothy Dangerfield.
Timmy D.
More juice. You want juice? Let's go. Come on, Timothy Dangerfield. What? Is that Lil Jon or is that Dave Chappelle? No one knows. Right, Timothy Dangerfield, 100 American. Thank you, Timothy. There's some real estate on this thing.
Yeah.
You're making some moves.
TD's working his way up. Absolutely.
Hello, guys. Just wanted to say hi from Tennessee while listening to the best podcast of FSU football. Some may disagree with you, but thank you.
They're all idiots. It is the best podcast. This or Headlines or JCS. It's one of the 3, obviously.
I became a fan while serving in the Navy in Jacksonville, Florida back in '85. I am a truck driver now. Corey, I'm delivering a load to Atlanta tomorrow at 0600 hours. 9-3 for the Noles.
That's 6 a.m. for you folks. That's 6 a.m. If you didn't know what 0600 is, that's way too early. That's, oh God, is it too early? Whatever Robin Williams joke was in Good Morning Vietnam. But man, a truck driver in Tennessee, huh? I wonder what kind of truck he's driving. I wonder what load he has right now. Because there's so many. I mean, you've been on the road with me, Aslan. You see chickens. You see a ton of Amazon trucks. That's
cows.
Like 50% of them now. You see cows. You see, cars being carried around. Like there's so much stuff on these open roads, Aslan. What a great idea interstates were.
Yeah. Shout out Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah, he did it, man. Oh, good job.
Yeah. Thank you, Timothy. Is your real name? I don't want to know your real name. I'm going to pretend your real name is Timothy Dangerfield. It might really be Timothy Dangerfield. Who knows?
It'd be a weird one to make up. But thank you very much, Timothy. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you. That's very kind. And that's a good time to become a Florida State fan. That was right when it was about to burst.
Yeah. Moving along here on Wake Up Warchant. We are live. We are presented by the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill, as well as our good friends over at DeLuna Coffee, DeLunaCoffee.com. Come explore our world of coffee. Go to DeLunaCoffee.com. Hit shop. Hit gifts. Then you'll see their website has these bundles with coffee and a sweet treat and a tumbler, and it's only $40 American. And it says DeLuna on it. And it says Wake Up Warchant. And it keeps your drink frosty cold if you like iced coffee, or nice and hot if you're one of the Cup of Joe old school throwback guys. I think the cold brew, we're the new generation of it. So yeah, check out DeLunaCoffee.com. They're also doing some cool stuff in the NIL marketplace, if you will, with the Champions Collective. That's Ed and his family behind it all. They're huge Nole fans, alums, business owners. Support them. They're awesome. Speaking of which, look at that.
It's great coffee with a lot of different varieties, right? Like Jeff Cameron, who I would trust over anyone when it comes to coffee. He's a coffee snob. He's kind of a snob with everything, honestly. Music, pizza, sports. But he loves DeLuna coffee. He's had quite a bit and says any flavor he's had, he loves and he stands by. So if you don't take Aslan's word for it, take the great Jeff Cameron's word.
And there's our guy. There he is.
Guys, this is a very special occasion. The Godfather himself has been kind enough to grace us with his presence. The Godfather. This is his damn house. He lives there. He sleeps 20 feet away.
Yeah, I wonder, thankfully, Bill from the corner pocket never hops on, or else, I don't know, we'd have to have like an arm wrestling contest to see who the Godfather of the show is.
Right. Well, Ed's been here the longest for sure. So we still roll with Ed. Thank you very much, man. That's very kind. Read what he said, Aslan. Read what he said with some juice.
$50 from Ed. Shout out. Love you, Ed. We will open up running all over Louisville. If they stack the box, Jordan Travis is going to light them up with the pass, which will open the run back up. It's like a riddle. How do you stop them, Corey? How do you stop it?
Yeah, especially when they don't have a bunch of NFL dudes up front. LSU still had that. I know their best player got hurt the first series of the game, but all those other guys, 3 or 4 of them will be playing in the league too. I don't know that Louisville has that. You should at least be even up front, maybe even a little better than your offensive line should be better than their defensive line. So if you can run without them having to make them stack the box, then yeah, you're looking at big plays. You're looking at Pokey, Pittman, Johnny Wilson, Cam McDonald, the running backs out in the flat. And there are big plays to be made. And you've had 2 weeks to prepare. Louisville's had 6 days. You've had 2 weeks.
I mean, you guys talking about people being against you and conspiring and having bad breaks. Again, thank you, Ed. I'm going to leave your name on the screen there for a minute.
Thank you, Ed. You're the best, buddy.
Your first 2 games of the year are on the road. One of them is actually a conference game, and then you got to go into a pretty hostile environment. I think UCF's only lost 3 home games in the last 4 years or so, and then you come right back and play another Friday game against a division foe in Florida State. Man, Louisville got hosed, man.
It's a tough schedule, yeah.
We'll take advantage of it, but I mean, this is their defense. I mean, I was going to say Yaya Diaby is a little bit of a concern on their defensive line. I think he created some havoc last year. He's 6'4", 270 coming off the edge. But they play a 3-4. Their anchor in the middle, Jermaine Lele, is out for the year. And these are their defensive grades. I mean, in terms of...
Look at our man Brownlee.
Playing all the snaps. Looks like somebody's played more snaps than him, though. I can't believe that. Someone's played more snaps than him. But, I mean, they don't even have one guy that's graded out over 70 defensively. I think Florida State has like almost double digits. I mean, and again, listen, I know they played Duquesne. That helped everybody's grade out. So we do have to factor that in. But I don't know if these guys are up to the challenge of stopping this team for 60 minutes. They'll probably have some good flashes, but can you stop this running game? Can you stop that quarterback for 60 minutes? It's tough. Lesser teams have failed.
That's right.
We'll see how they stack up. Can Jordan Travis develop into a Russell Wilson type talent? Joseph Milleron asks. Leaps and bounds better at passing this year. NFL caliber with progress? ?
I'm not smart enough to know. I mean, I know Russell Wilson was better than Jordan Travis in college. I watched that firsthand, and I like Jordan Travis. You guys listen to this show know that I'm a huge Jordan Travis fan. Russell Wilson was great. Russell Wilson wasn't a pretty good or a good college quarterback. He was a great college quarterback. Jordan Travis isn't there yet, but the question is, could he develop? Well, look, man, if he looks against Louisville like he did against LSU and he keeps winning, then why not? Because the one thing he didn't do that is as many plays as he made last year, and the reason they won 5 games at all was because of him. He didn't use the middle of the field that well. He used the middle of the field really well against LSU. That was very, very encouraging. And if that's a thing now, where the middle of the field is wide open and Cam McDonald's there on 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 10, and he's going to find Pittman for first downs and he's going to make throws in the middle of the field and see everything. Why not? Why not, man? I'd still be surprised, but not stunned. I mean, he's made so many strides in such a short time, it would appear.
Oh, this is a nice segue from our guy Ray Pereira asking about your pick on Miami, Texas A&M. If you go to mybookie.ag, you can look it up, see the line, make a bet.
I meant to say before you get into that, Aslan, real quick, I wanted to say that you could get those shirts we were talking about, the NIL shirts for the players, is at Garnet and Gold. So if you do want like a Shaheem Brown jersey, or anyone else for that matter, Garnet and Gold.
All right. I did notice the line on the Florida State game just ticked down from 3 points to 2.5. I don't know what that exactly means. But over at MyBookie, the world is your oyster. You can make all sorts of props, parlays, teasers, futures, NFL games. Right now on MyBookie, they've got A&M and Miami 5-point spread. Ray Pereira asked Corey, what's your pick on aforementioned said game?
I mean, I'm rooting for A&M. I know that's hard for some people, but you always want Miami to lose, right? That's what this show's about. We'll embrace that. Like I said earlier in the week, I just feel like this is a game where Jimbo kind of can flex his chest and be like, "Oh yeah, y'all thought we were done. I thought we weren't any good. I thought you said we were terrible." And then they go and beat Miami. So that's why, I mean, A&M is still favored, even after that horrible display against Appalachian State. So I like A&M to win by 7 points.
Oh, all right. Max Johnson or Hayes King at the helm at controls?
Jimbo's pretty stubborn. Maybe he starts with Hayes King, and if he has a bad series or two, I think he's going to Johnson. And look, man, Johnson's not great shakes either. He's an okay quarterback. He wasn't incredible at LSU. He's not a surefire great player, but he's certainly an upgrade, it would appear, over that kid.
Right on. Hot coffee gang, by the way. Hot brew, says Michael Keith. Eric Angel underscoring the fact that DeLuna coffee is the best. Shout out to our guy Sylvester earlier. He says that Warchant's the best. So
thanks, Sylvester. Appreciate it, man.
What else we got here? Oh, what? He's back with more money. What are you doing, Zach? What are you doing? I'm a doctor. I got money. Take it.
What?
Dollar bills, y'all.
I mean, making a splash on a Wednesday evening. Loving it. All right, Ray and Timothy got me excited. Let's go. Let's go. All caps direct. And Corey telling me to bring the juice, and he's looking at his phone while I'm trying to bring the juice.
I'm looking up what a DMD is to see what the difference between it and a DDS is. But he's definitely a dentist. Our man Z-Chan is definitely a dentist. Or he's acting like he's pretending to be a dentist. Like, who would do that, though? Come on.
He does say that Ed Lemix's DeLuna coffee is the best coffee ever, period. Could not agree more with Ray's sentiment about the culture changing. That's how St. Bobby did things. This is the way. And they talk about work. It's on the shirt. He talks about the confidence in the work they do. That's where all the confidence springs from, is what they put in practice.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, I haven't seen a lot of college football Division I practices. I don't know how intense it is, how intense it's not, but I mean, there is a rhythm, there is a method. They do drill so many different scenarios that they are pretty darn ready when they strap in the pads and play these teams right now. That's where my confidence comes from too, man. I see the work they put in practice, man. So
I just wanted to say thank you to Zach, or Dr. Zach, I guess we should call you. You didn't go to dental school to be called Zach. But it says dentists who have a DMD or DDS have the same education. It's up to the universities to determine what degree is awarded.
Okay.
But both degrees use the same curriculum requirements. So DMD, DDS, it's all the same. They're fixing your teeth.
All right, right on. Z-Chan, give me a referral. If there's some, actually, I'm going to go to TCC. I'm going to go to TCC's dental program. I'm going to have the students work on my mouth.
Oh,
they don't ruin it. We'll see how it goes.
All right, good luck, man.
I believe the children are our future.
Well, yeah, I remember you singing that once.
Man, there's a lot of we got a lot of stuff percolating here. I think, is that what we ran for? 130 yards against LSU? Does that sound right?
Yep.
Tom Kirkpatrick thinks 220 Friday night against Louisville. It's a good number.
That would work. Anything around 200, that would work. That would do more than enough to open up what should be some pretty big alleys in the passing game.
Don Rurick, no, there will not be another road trip podcast this week. I'm not driving up with Corey. I'm getting on a jet airplane and flying up.
I'll be driving up with Stephanie, and we're going to a little festival Thursday night, going to the game Friday night, and then the same festival again on Saturday night to see Pearl Jam. So it's going to be fun. Why did he put our names in quotes, by the way?
I don't know. I think, maybe to emphasize it.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Get our attention.
Corey. Yeah.
I don't think Drip Kings. I don't think that's going to happen. He expects Bethune to spy Cunningham the whole game. I don't think they're going to do that. But even if I knew what they were going to do, I wouldn't say it because that doesn't help the cause. And I'm all about helping the cause.
I would also think if they're going to do that with a linebacker, it would be the other one. I think he's a little quicker than Bethune. But also, man, on 3rd and 12, you need to have a spy, in my opinion, and the spy needs to be, I don't know, man, McClellan. I don't care. Somebody that can run with him. It certainly can't be Derek McClendon. That's craziness. So they need to figure out a way to get a spy that is at least similarly athletic to Cunningham.
More juice. Let's go. I think my voice is back. And if it's not, it doesn't matter. The pain's worth it. What's up, Joel? Oh, I missed my button. Found it.
What?
Joel Davis, pillar. He was at practice. Y'all asked Joel what's going on. Joel sees what's going on.
Yeah. Joel can tell you more than we can.
Yeah, shoot,
I can promise you they're not kicking Joel out of practice.
No, man. 200 American. Joel, thanks so much, man. You're the generosity from so many of you it's overwhelming sometimes, and it's crazy. I have to pinch myself, Corey. Is this real life? I get to hang out in my house, talk to you.
Talk to me.
I mean,
You're talking about living the dream. I know you're single, but other than that, everything's going smooth for you, dog.
Hey, come on, ladies. Let's go. I mean,
you see what's going on here. You see what's working.
Okay, come in the water. It's not that bad. Joel Davis, if you think what Aslan did to the dog was bad, wait till you see what we do to Louisville.
For the record, Aslan did not kill the dog. The dog was dead. Maybe the dog died, maybe the dog died of a broken heart on the night before when Aslan was in the house. But other than that, we know Aslan for sure did not kill the dog.
Yeah, man. I'm like DMX, man. I'm all about the dogs. Arr, arr. Timothy Dangerfield is back. You guys are this is insane. Timothy Dangerfield is my real name. Corey, I am a local driver. I haul bulk commodities such as flour, sugar, corn syrup, etc. to bakeries across the country, mainly the Southeast. Hope to meet you guys at the Florida game.
Nice. All right.
Hey.
Delivering the stuff we all need, man. The good stuff.
A dentist. We've got a C-level executive at a huge bank, an entrepreneur, a mailman, the
truck driver, yeah.
We're the people. We
got a coffee owner, a coffee shop, not a coffee shop owner, a coffee, like he owns his own brand of coffee.
I was saying entrepreneur. That's what I was trying to talk about. Yeah. It's incredible, man. This is we're covering the spectrum all over the place. It's amazing, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Timothy. That's very nice, man. That's very nice. And good luck in Atlanta, man. I hope you beat the traffic, which at 0600, I think you will.
Oh, what about pork bellies and orange juice concentrate, Timothy Dangerfield? Do you haul those commodities, or you need to have a reefer truck for orange juice? That's a refrigerated truck, so that the orange juice stays fresh.
I thought you were asking if he delivered weed.
No, sir. No.
That's where the real money is, Timothy, by the way.
Don's kind of, I guess, subscribing to Corey's thoughts about A&M maybe being able to take out Miami. Jimbo's teams play down to competition but rise to the occasion when the spotlight is on. I don't know.
They always seem to bounce back pretty well too. When he would have a disappointing showing at Florida State, the next week, it could look like a different team. I mean, they are certainly, he's riding them this week in practice. It's a big game. I do think they'll show up. And if they don't and lose to Miami at home, man, that's going to be ugly.
Yeah. Speaking of living the dream, how about our guy Kyle? Wish I could have witnessed college football on Saturday, but I got married Saturday. Notice how I planned it on an FSU bye week. Go Noles.
Smart, Kyle. Are you in your congratulations?
It's him and his bride in the Avatar. He's got an awesome cowboy hat on.
Tell me that's a beer in his right hand. Is that a beer in his right hand?
Absolutely it is.
Kyle, love it. Love it, man. Live your life, dude. Live your life. I was at a wedding like that. My ex-wife's sister got married. It was something, but it was awesome. It was very, very memorable. And weddings don't have to be all stuffy. And yeah, man, go live your life. That's awesome. And congratulations. That's a good time to plan a wedding. I'm sure all your friends were happy about it too.
Any marital advice for him, Corey?
Yeah. You want some marital advice from the divorce guy? Yeah, I got do better than I did. Do better than I did. But hey, that was, Shanna's a very good person.
A lot of people like the road trip podcast, Corey. We'll see. When we go to the playoff, I'll drive. Maybe I won't fly directly.
We're driving to Arizona?
Well, I'll stop maybe in like Albuquerque, and then you can pick me up in Albuquerque. And
how about Charlotte? We'll drive up Thursday to Charlotte because all the press conferences are on Friday. Okay. So for the ACC championship game, we'll drive up Thursday and we'll do our Friday show on the road on Thursday. How's that sound?
I love it. Thank you, Anthony Sturtiti. Hey, guys, finally caught a live show. Listen to you every day on my way to work and the JCS on my way home. Join for $1. I love the content.
Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it, man.
Mark Sermon says it's worth every $1. Go sign up.
Mark's smart. Mark is smart.
Not lying. Zach, pace yourself, man. Pace yourself. Dropping more into the jar.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Rolling up to Thomasville. All right. Maybe I'll cancel my appointment at TCC and go see our guy Z Chan.
Yeah, man, that's 30 minutes away. You could do that. It's worth it. It's worth it. And he's good. Look at all the money he's splashing around, man. He's good. He knows what he's doing. Good. Bad dentists don't have this kind of money. They go out of business.
Only if he will go to Jonah's with me and have some grits and shrimp and grits afterwards.
Is it Jonah's or Liam's? I haven't been to either, but they're supposed to be, both of them supposed to be pretty good.
Jonas. All
right.
Trenton Smith, watching our game, we did not play against LSU like we did Notre Dame last year. Jordan was completing way better passes. The offensive line looked way better, and the receivers are a world of difference.
Yeah, and the third down conversions were incredible. Maybe they can't repeat that. I mean, 11 out of 17 is pretty insane against a competent defense, but that's all that adds up to being better on third down. We wanted to know why they were so bad on third down. Well, they were a bad offense. Good offenses are good on third down. Good offenses are also good in the red zone, and I think this team will be good in the red zone. I think those were two just bizarre sequences that happened. In hindsight, maybe he goes for the field goal right there. Weirdly, I think if he hadn't have gotten the ball, I'm talking about the first time where they went for it on 4th and 2. If Florida State had driven down to the 5 from like the 40, from their own 40 or own 30, he would have taken the points. But I felt like we just got this gift. It's kind of house money anyway. Let's go try to get these. We didn't earn these points necessarily. We just recovered a punt. Let's go try to make it hurt. I think that moving forward, he'll just do better with that. And I don't mind the decision. It's just the play call wasn't great.
Lamar Calhoun, guys, I just moved to Roswell, Georgia. Is that Gwinnett?
No, it's Cobb. Yeah, Cobb or Fulton. It might be a little bit of both. I'm not sure, but it's on the other side. All right.
Are we going to run more? Or are we going to pass more? And do we attack Brownlee a lot?
I mean, I think they'll attack Brownlee just because he'll be in man-to-man. I don't know if they go out of their way to say, let's go after him. He's number 12, by the way, folks, if you're wondering who he is when you watch the game on Friday night. Not number 3 anymore. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll call more running plays. I don't know what they'll have more yardage of, though. I think hopefully it's close to even, both over 200.
Okay. Why are we still talking about Jimbo? No Potol. There's a thread on Warchant that basically says the same thing. I don't know.
I think it was a bye week, and he lost to App State. And also Ray asked us. Ray asked us about the A&M game.
Did he? I thought it was something about. I just pop up because Ray's saying we don't want to talk about Willie. So
Ray asked me my thoughts on the A&M Miami game.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
See what I'm dealing with, folks?
Tom Ortner, I see your messages. I am laughing on the inside. I cannot post them on our family-friendly show here.
Mark, good job. Jane loved the road trip podcast too. So yeah, we'll do that at least once a year, and every time they go to the ACC championship game, we'll make sure to do it. That could be like one with Ira too. Like all 3 of us could be on just driving.
Yeah. The hard-hitting question from Adam Corey: is that Purple Mio?
No, it's diluted fruit punch. It was it's red, and I just didn't put enough in. It actually tastes way too much like water.
What's up with this? Jeremy Albritton saying, "Go Tigers, go Tigers."
Maybe he's just making fun of LSU. Maybe.
Oh no, he's mean. Beating LSU is your biggest win all year. Well,
what's your biggest win all year, Jeremy? Southern?
Yeah. What's going on there?
Or is he saying it's going to be the only big win they have all year? All right.
Who knows? Wes Villages. I missed his question in promo. I'll ask again. Over under Jordan Travis 100 net yards on the ground. Under.
Yeah. Under. I don't think he has to do that anymore. But man, he's due to rip off a 40 or 50 yarder, I think. Especially against an aggressive defense where maybe he just makes one guy miss in the hole, or a guy picks the wrong hole, leaves his assignment, and you can take advantage and maybe turn a 6-yard gain into a 50 or 60-yard gain.
Aaron Parrish says North Fulton, so I guess that's where Roswell is, North Fulton County. Corey, you ready to write another book yet? Samurai Noles says we need an FSU history book, the FSU Coracle by Corey Clark.
I probably wouldn't name it that, but I agree that there needs to be another FSU history book. The only one that I remember is one by McGrotha, who was the longtime great Tallahassee Democrat sports editor. I think he wrote it around 1990 or 88, and it was called FSU All the Damn Time. Because again, Aslan, have I told that story that used to be a cheer? That when I was a kid going to games before the war chant, and even during the war chant, they had this other one where one person would yell FSU one time and everybody would scream FSU two times. And then he'd get to FSU three times and he'd say FSU all the damn time and everybody would scream and go crazy. It's a kind of a cool cheer. It's better to me than just chanting FSU. It
feels a little 1-bit, 2-bit kind of.
But it's weird that it just disappeared. That's kind of what I wonder the most about. It's like, where did it go? There are some people, probably not many, maybe 5 of you, that remember this cheer, and I just wonder where it went. Did the war chant just swallow it up? Which is cool. It's the best, most recognizable one in college sports. But yeah, we'll get on that. Or I'd like to write an inside book on the inside about Norvell's first championship. That would be cool, right?
I don't know. I think Ira's got the inside track on you for that one. He'll probably
we'll do it together. That's what we did last time. We'll just share it.
Garnet Golden Glory, who's the picture over Aslan's left shoulder. I mentioned before, it's Bob Green. Sorry, Coach. Bob Green. Coach Bob Green used to coach Montana Tech when I was in Butte, Montana. Search his name on YouTube. Best soundbite ever. Guy was hilarious. Win or lose. Pre-game, post-game, preseason, just the best interview. Really super nice guy. And, they handed those out to all the fans at Alumni Stadium in Butte, Montana. So I've kept it with me here all this time. That's not a nice question somebody said there.
There you go. Well, don't pop it up then. You popped up, go Tigers.
Will the ACC championship game ever not be in North Carolina?
I doubt it.
If we're back and Miami's back, but, let's just get out of this conference first, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Jane remembers the cheer, Corey.
There you go, Jane. Thank you. I know I'm not crazy. I know I remembered it. And then that's what I was saying. It was so prevalent that McGrotha named his book after it. And then 2 years later, nobody would even know what that means. Like if you picked up that book now, or even 2 years after he wrote it, you'd be like, what does FSU all the damn time mean?
Corey and Ira have a book. Name, please. Where can I find it? Even though Corey doesn't like me. Oh, Corey likes you, Tom Moore.
Tom, I like everyone. You know that. It's called Signing Day. We wrote it almost 20 years ago now. We followed, the main guy was Darius Walker, who ended up at Notre Dame. It was a recruiting book. We followed 4 guys around for their senior season as they were being recruited. There it is right there. You can get it for, how much does it say?
$25.99.
I'll be honest. I don't even know that you should do that because I don't know how I would get any money from it. I don't even know where it would come from. I don't even know who has it. It is a collectible though. Maybe I signed one. We made our money back. Let's just put it that way. It was self-published. We made our money back. It's a really cool, I think it's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
It was fun to do. Made some mistakes along the way beforehand, but it's a good book. It's a decent book. And Darius Walker, it was awesome that we sold a lot in South Bend because he burst onto the scene as a freshman, and that's right when our book became available. So we sold a lot then.
I don't agree with Rob's assertion here. it wouldn't hurt. I don't think the first quarter will tell us really anything. I mean, this game, Corey said it, it's probably going to come down to the fourth quarter. I still think Florida State's going to win. I think they'll have some breathing room, but the highs and lows early in the game, I'm not going to get too caught up in. And neither should any of you, because I think a lot of people got very down on Florida State in like the first quarter against LSU, and look what happened there. So
just don't get run over like you have. Get that off the screen, Aslan. Just don't get run over like you have the last two times you played out Louisville and give up 31 points. Don't let them feel great about themselves. Just don't let them feel great about themselves.
There was a rating. I'm like, we should read the rating. P. Simpson says possibly the greatest book ever written, waiting on the sequel.
I assume P. Simpson is a Warchant fan. I hope. I think I recognize that name from the chats. That's very, very nice, P. Simpson.
That's awesome. What about Eric Johnson? Am I the only one that thinks for this team to win 8 or 9, Jordan's got to use his legs more? I think they'll be all right, man. They can't get him hurt, man. That's one thing we really haven't talked about, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's a happy medium, which I think Corey wants to probably find a little bit more. I'm fine with not having him run all that much, but man, he gets hurt, this whole thing is over. It is.
But it's, you think about that, and I get it. You're right. But Cunningham, Satterfield's out there talking about, we got to run Cunningham more. And Cunningham ran like 20 times against UCF, and he's not much bigger than Jordan Travis, if at all. Their
backup might be all right, though. Their backup might be fine.
Maybe, but we don't know. Who would know? You just don't ever want to lose your – but like
that's
I mean, I get it.
Louisville's only option to win, Corey. Like their only hope is Malik Cunningham. Florida State can do some – they can have their quarterback play quarterback and be all right.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry to cut you off, Corey. I apologize. Sorry.
It's all right, man. It's all right. I'm just stoked about that review.
Put that on your tombstone. Derek, our dude, XDQ004, I think. What's your name now on the On3 network, Derek? Let us know. You probably only paid a dollar for it because everybody can get onto warchant.com for only $1.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Derek dropped $20 in the jar. I think I saw his name in the Renegade Express, so we'll get to his question, I'm sure, later on.
I like how he spells Derek, too. I like that. That's a cool spelling for that name.
Strong. All right, we're about to hit the top of the hour here. Let's maybe take a few more questions on our way out of here. What do you think about the white helmets? Anyone think the spear on the white helmet needs to be garnet in gold and not garnet in white? All right. Yeah, that works. How do you guys feel, Joseph Stewart asks, about all these ranked teams having trouble last weekend? I think it's just the state of college football, man. It's very, very close. A lot of teams are close.
And yeah, that's kind of the reality that we live in. Ranked teams have trouble every week, and they have for years now. It's just that Georgia doesn't typically, but other than that, everybody else does. So it's kind of par for the course. That's why you can beat NC State, and you can beat Clemson, and you can beat Wake, because ranked teams lose all the time. Trey Owen, best quarterback in the state of Florida, ? It's not Plumlee. I wouldn't say Tua. Trevor Lawrence, he had a pretty good day, didn't he? He looked better. And I know they still lost, but he looked better. Look, man, I think there's more because of his last, like we talked about on yesterday's show and what he's done in his last 11 starts. I think you could make an argument that it's Jordan Travis. But the NFL guys will tell you it's the other two, which matters too. Like Van Dyke is really good. He just, his sample size is a little smaller, not much smaller, but a little bit smaller. Same with Richardson. It's a good group though, man. It's a good group. I don't think when you say Jordan Travis is as good a college quarterback as those two guys, I don't think people can get snarky about that. Because look at the game that Richardson had against Kentucky, man. I know he was great against Utah, but that's an awful game. He was the reason they lost after being the reason they won. So, and Van Dyke wasn't terrific in that game against Southern Miss. Now, if he goes and lights up A&M and has a big game, I was wrong. Because I think this guy could be special, but I don't think he was very good against – I wasn't overly impressed with him against Southern Miss. And this is a big game for him on the road for his like draft stock. Like apparently he's talked about as a first round pick, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think he'll hold on to it. Anthony Richardson, who knows? I mean, that's, again, it's not gospel, but we use it every now and then, especially when it bolsters our case. But we just show you the grades if you're not watching us here on the live show. I mean, Van Dyke was in the 70s overall right now. I think Richardson had dropped into the 60s. Jordan Travis is 91. And again, it was Duquesne, but it was 83 against LSU.
Yep.
And
last year he was 85.2, which is not bad. Yeah, he's a good college quarterback, man. There's nothing, I don't think he projects at the next level like those other two guys because he doesn't maybe have the quite the arm talent, but he is a very good college quarterback, it would appear.
That is correct. All right, that is a wrap for us.
We did it.
We'll be back with another show for you folks for Friday. This is your Thursday podcast, but we'll
somehow just called Panama on my phone. I was sitting on my phone and I butt dialed Panama. Nice. Not Panama City, the country Panama.
All right.
Awesome. I did it, gang.
Shout out Nander DeSatis.
That's right.
Thank you to everybody for asking your questions. That's always awesome. Makes the show go by super quick when there's all these great questions from you all. Thanks to Derek. Thank you to Dentist Zach, Z-Chan, Kyle, Timothy Dangerfield, Joel Davis, Ed Lemmix, the whole Lemmix family, DeLunaCoffee.com. Go to the website, promo code WARCHANT15, saves you 15% on your order. Ray Pereira, William McMillan. Sorry, William, I didn't even see that. You dropped a super sticker in there and $5 in the jar. Thank you, William McMillan.
Thank you, William.
904 Noel.
Jacksonville, baby. Jacksonville, Duval.
Judge Will D. Turman. Thanks to him.
From Nothing But Trouble. Although that wasn't Dan Aykroyd's character's name, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's definitely a picture from that movie.
Okay. Eric Angel, Pillar, and then Rob Rathbun. Thank you so much. I think that's everybody. I keep seeing all these. Man, I think Joel Davis just dropped another $100 into the jar. Yeah, he just did it. Joel
D. Joel just. He's got jokes too, Joel.
Anthony Richardson can win the Heisman if his receivers were 10 feet tall.
Come on, Joel. It's too early for that. You got to play him later in the year. But Joel, thank you very much, man. That's too kind, buddy. Thank you for real.
All right, that's a wrap. We are done. Thank you so much, everybody. Go to warchant.com. It's the ultimate Seminoles sports source. It's only $1 for an entire year of access, premium access, Corey's columns, recruiting news, Ira's 321, Tom's observations, everything for $1, 365 days access. It's incredible. Do it. Thumbs up, 5-star rating and review. Deuces for us, Corey, please.